And once again, we're talking this morning with Golden Eagles Athletic Director Rob Brindley. Rob, good morning. Glad your car's doing well now.
Hey, good morning, Brad. Me too. I think that I'm now getting just tired of COVID as my car is of running at this point. So
I'm sure you are, and that is because your athletic directors in general busy. I mean, that's a busy job. And then when you start putting on top of things, rescheduling, that has to have been a nightmare. And I hope we're headed in the right direction. So tell us, first of all, you're only involved in spring sports right now. Is that true?
Yeah, we finally finished up 2 weeks ago our fall season, which was moved to spring with basketball and volleyball. So now we're carrying on with softball and baseball. Unfortunately, we're not playing golf, and that is all due to conferences limiting their activities to conference-only schools, like the Ohio Athletic Conference with Muskingum. We usually play in their 2-day tournament. Westminster College over in Pennsylvania, and then the President's Athletic Conference. The Penn State schools are all in one conference. They did not invite any teams outside the conference to play this season, so unfortunately that put a damper on hosting some spring golf, which is typically a fall sport at our campus anyway.
Right. So not being an independent did not work out well in that way. Is that something that can be remedied in the future?
Well, that's some good news that we can talk about through all this. Unfortunately, the original Ohio Regional Campus Conference is down to like 1 or 2 members. So they are now gone by the wayside. And as members of the United States Collegiate Athletic Association, Kent State Tuscarawas, along with Wright State Lake, Southern State University in Ohio, as well as Cincinnati Claremont, we're interested in trying to get some other teams to join that USCA and form an Ohio Conference. That would be one that would really help us out with travel. We don't have to go to Chicago to play teams or go to Buffalo all the time. But we have 2 teams in there that are interested, Miami Hamilton and Miami Middletown. And actually, they got approved by their university provost last week to join the USCA. So we do have 6 teams. We will get that automatic bid. And we're hoping for 2 more because Ohio University Lancaster and Akron Wayne, they were members of the ORCC. But they canceled sports for this year and next year already. So when they come back, we hope that they're going to join us. Brad, that all leads to automatic postseason bids if you win your conference, and that's very exciting for us.
Well, that would be fantastic. I just drove past OUL the other day, so I hope they kind of get themselves back in. That would be a great addition to that league.
Yeah, so, Jeff Whitehead down there is the AD, and he does a great job. They're a year in, year out, every sport, bar none. I'm telling you what, they are very competitive, and we look forward to having them as part of the USCAA.
Yeah, I sure hope so. So what's going on with the spring? You mentioned baseball and softball are active, so what kind of a schedule are they looking at, and is there postseason hope anywhere?
Well, yeah, they're playing today, actually. Both teams will be leaving this morning. Baseball will be traveling over to Clark State for a doubleheader, and softball traveling up to Lakeland Community College for a doubleheader. It starts at 3. The unfortunate thing is COVID kind of took its toll on there, too, because we just had a couple cancellations this week. So softball, this season alone, has lost 6 doubleheaders. That's 12 games. Baseball has not played other than last weekend. They hadn't played for 2 weeks because of COVID. So a lot of the colleges are still experiencing COVID issues, but we're going to push through and play. We've got 20 games scheduled for baseball and 16 games still on the schedule to play for softball. We will be home at TCC on Saturday against Chillicothe, OU Chillicothe. So we're going to be playing them. We do ask that if people do come to those games that we're limiting our number of people at the games, and we're trying to social distance and wear masks, of course. The players don't have to wear them on the field, but when they're outside the perimeter fence, we're following the Kent State rules for COVID protocols, and they will mask up.
Right. Well, which they should, so that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Coaching-wise, remind us who the coaches are of these teams, and I got to tip my cap to them because baseball and softball are meant to be played every day, every other day, pitching rotations and that sort of thing, and timing with hitters, and this has to be very difficult for them to try to keep that going.
boy, when you don't play and you're just practicing, it's just hard to get those game situations even in practice because you're seeing your own people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, our head baseball coach is Josh Jarvis. He's a former head coach at Tusc Valley High School. He's our head coach, along with Brent Bickford and Cameron Wolf are the assistant coaches. And Chuck Peach is our head coach for the women's softball team. Chuck had an assistant who decided that he was going to not coach this year, so Chuck is on his lonesome for this season. But the home games, typically myself and Toby Mathias, who helps out from Dover High School, we've been helping him out by helping coach first base, and he does have someone who is with him as an official scorer as well.
No, that's even more difficult. So, what's the outlook for this coming fall? Do we assume that there will be some normalcy, or are we in a wait-and-see pattern?
Well, we're hoping so. We're planning on normal because I guess we can always make an adjustment since we've kind of grown accustomed to that this year. But for basketball, I already have 24 out of the 27 games scheduled for men and women's basketball. We're playing every Saturday and a couple Fridays for volleyball. We're going on with a 24-match season for that. So golf, I haven't scheduled anything yet. Just nobody's in the scheduling mode as yet. But I know that a couple people who I've been talking to other ADs that they're looking forward to hosting and kind of getting back to normal because even the USCAA, they changed. They're still going to have the championships for baseball and softball, but they don't have enough teams for golf this spring season. So what they're doing is they're just making an invitational tournament over at Penn State University, but in the fall they're going to reinstate the championship.
Oh, good. So we're hoping that gets in order. And if this new league does come together officially, is that going to be in time for this coming school year, so to speak?
Yes, that's also the good news. It will be because we'll have the 6 teams, but it won't be in all sports because Wright State Lake has softball, baseball, men's and women's basketball, but those are the only sports that they carry.
Okay.
So it's not going to be in every sport. They don't have a golf team, those kind of things. We haven't had that problem with golf at our campus anyway because we're very competitive and we qualify just based on our scoring average. So it won't hurt us in that respect. But they don't have volleyball. That's what they're lacking. One of the big sports is volleyball.
Man, I can't understand that.
Yeah, I think I can't either. I think what we're going to call it is, we're going to end up calling it like the Brad Shoup Athletic Conference or something. The BSAC. Wouldn't that be awesome?
There'd be a lot of BS there. That's right.
There'd be a lot of BS. Well, we're traveling on, man. We're just trying to keep on and, like I say, try to maintain some sense of normalcy. Even though it's been everything but normal. Like I told you, I just had 2 cancellations yesterday. So I found an away game instead of playing our last softball game at home. We'll be on the road, and the coach and the players, they didn't mind that when I told them. I thought they were going to say, well, why can't we have another home game? But they're just wanting to get out and play.
Play a game, exactly right. So yeah, I can certainly see that. And with these new the good news that we've gotten here this morning, that's got to be a helpful tool for recruiting.
Oh yeah, to have a conference and have an automatic bid, that's going to be a major step for us.
Yeah.
Major step. As a matter of fact, it's already helped us in one of our recruiting coordinations with a player who is coming to us from Maysville High School for next year. We just signed her yesterday, Caitlin Hobson, and she even put it on her NCSA recruiting account that she's committed to Kent State Tuscarawas. And in 4 games this year, she's already belted 3 home runs. And the girl's a power hitter, plays shortstop and center field, and the excitement that she sees in being able to come to a contender and make us a better team, well, she really liked that because some bigger schools were looking at her, and she said she really felt comfortable when she took the tour of our campus. It was small, it was welcoming. She wasn't sure. She was kind of on the fence about a major. We took her around campus, and she looked in and saw the nursing lab. They spent 20 minutes with her, and she said, hey, I really like what I see. So that night she called us back and said she was committing.
Well, that's fantastic. That's a great high note to end on, don't you think?
Yes, it is. I'll tell you what, it just puts a smile on your face and, gets you excited, rejuvenated to, pick up where we left off and start recruiting for next year and, build a bigger program here and look for better things in the future. Hopefully a couple new fields on campus.
Yeah, that'd be great too. Rob, thanks a lot, and go Eagles.
Go Eagles. I appreciate it, Brad. You have a great day.
All right, you too. Thanks a lot. That is Rob Brindley, the athletic director at Kent State Tuscarawas, on Tusc Talks this morning here on the BT Morning Show.